What's up, Taiwan? I'm Erika Liu with news from here in Taiwan and around the world. Visiting Japanese opposition politicians say they support Taiwan's participation in key international organizations. During a meeting with President Tsai Ing-wen on Monday, the delegation voiced their backing for Taipei taking part in the World Health Organization, as well as a Trans-Pacific Economic Partnership, the CPTPP. Taiwan is excluded from the WHO and many other international organizations due to Chinese objections. The Japanese delegation is led by Miyahara Seiji, the leader of Japan's largest opposition party. He urged Taiwan to maintain the status quo in its relationship with China. He also said he's firmly opposed to the use of force by China against Taiwan. After a busy weekend on the campaign trail, all three of Taiwan's presidential candidates now face uncertainty in their electoral futures. John Van Trieste has more on where each now stands.
Kuomintang presidential candidate Hou You-yi took to the stage in Taipei Sunday to cheers. Surrounded by party figures, he talked Taiwan's energy dilemma. Hou wants to reverse the current Democratic Progressive Party government's plan to axe nuclear power by 2025.
在核二，我们也希望能够延役；核三能够延役；核一我们要考虑一样，我们能够经过专家评估以后，我们能够延役，能够再启动，我们再启动。
But it's who wasn't on stage with Hou that drew media attention. The party's 2020 candidate, Han Kuo-yu, sent flowers instead of making an appearance. At an event the day before, Han had kept his distance from Hou, sitting apart and not explicitly backing Hou. This has sparked questions about unity within the party's ranks. Elsewhere in Taipei, DPP candidate Lai Ching-te held a rally of his own. His party has held the presidency for 2 terms now, and Lai appealed for a third, citing child care subsidies and other funding his party's introduced.
蔡英文总统当选了这7、8年来，民进党政府比较起来做较济嘛，做较好嘛，拜托大家去投票，用成绩来投票。
While Lai's ahead in the latest polls, he faces his own uncertainties. Hou You-yi has accused him of libel, and some party insiders worry their chances of winning the legislature aren't good after several candidates withdrew over allegations of sexual misconduct within the party. In the central city of Taichung, Taiwan People's Party candidate Ko Wen-je focused on the U.S. and China.
大概中美对抗的局势是已经形成了，而且大概未来的10几年应当都是这样。 我们也希望说，台湾是一个中美沟通的桥梁，而不应当是一个中美对抗的一个棋子。
The wild card in Ko's campaign is electronics mogul Terry Guo. Rumors have swirled for months about a political collaboration between the two. But a recently planned meeting did not go ahead, leaving questions about this campaign unanswered too. John Su and John Van Trieste for TaiwanPlus.
Taiwan is conducting 3 days of military drills near the southern city of Pingdong. Our reporter Jaime Okan was there to see how the country is practicing how to defend its coast.
One by one, Taiwanese soldiers aim and fire anti-armor missiles. They're practicing how to defend against enemy ships or landing craft headed for the country's shores. It's part of a 3-day annual coastal defense exercise in southern Taiwan, featuring jeeps mounted with different kinds of missiles. Targets simulated a small landing force, forcing the soldiers to practice shooting at different angles.
在今天的操演里面，很多部分是特别结合实弹的一个状况来执行操演的工作。
Behind me is Jialutang Beach. Taiwan has labeled this area as a red beach, which means it's the most suitable and one of the most likely spots for a possible Chinese invasion.
Military officials have identified a total of 14 red beaches on the main island, and Jialutang is one of the most likely landing spots in the south of Taiwan. China is just 150 kilometers across the Taiwan Strait. Beijing has threatened to invade Taiwan, so the government here has prioritized building up its coastal defenses. The missiles they are using today are called TOW missiles, precision-guided weapons from the US and some of the most advanced in the world.
它的价值其实主要除了它的这个越水射程啊，最远可以达到3750公尺，它是属于半自动导引的部分。那当然，从半自动导引可以借由射手的修正来针对这个目标来实施立即的一个这个弹道改变。
Taiwan has purchased more than 1,500 of these missiles from the US. These drills are just the latest effort by Taiwan to get prepared for combat by using live ammunition, giving its troops a taste of what it feels like to really fire these weapons.
It's the first time that Taiwan conducts a major coastal defense drill on the west side of the island, facing China. Now, officials here told me that it's because they want their soldiers to familiarize themselves with the landscape, and it's also a signal that they're taking the threat across the Taiwan Strait seriously. Scott Huang and Jaime Ocon in Pingtung County for TaiwanPlus.
One of Taiwan's youth baseball teams had their championship title revoked. Despite beating Japan 7-1 during the final round, officials at the Pony Asia Pacific Zone baseball tournament ruled that Taiwan's team used illegal bats. Japan lodged complaints twice during the game, alleging that Taiwan used improper equipment. After the game, organizers decided to nullify the game's result, granting Japan the win. Taiwan has lodged an appeal with the organizing body. One of Taiwan's endangered Formosan black bears was rescued from a trap on Sunday. It was found injured in a snare near a farm in Taiwan's central city of Hualien. Its rescue required a team of 29 people. Formosan black bears are a protected species in Taiwan. They often get injured or killed by traps set by hunters and farmers. Taiwan's government advises the use of electric fences on farms and is reviewing its rules on traps. But the government is reluctant to ban traps outright as they are culturally significant to some of Taiwan's indigenous peoples. Of Taiwan's 166 islands, one in particular has become a popular destination for summer holiday vacationers. But the surge in tourism there has meant the small island is getting crowded, and that's affecting the local wildlife. Erika Liu has this report.
Glistening sandy beaches, turquoise-colored waters, and a diverse marine ecosystem. This is Xiaoliocho, also known as Lambai Island, a small coral isle about 13 kilometers from Taiwan's southwestern coast. It's famous as a local paradise, one that's about a 20-minute ferry ride away from the country's main island. That's why it's become a popular destination for holidaymakers looking for a tropical break. Very popular. And now that the summer holidays have begun, it's starting to get crowded. An estimated 10,000 people flocked to Xiaoliocho on the first weekend of July. The number was even higher during the 4-day Dragon Boat Festival last month, when over 36,000 visitors arrived at its shores. Lines to board the ferry were long, and the competition to book hotel rooms was stiff. The influx of tourists doesn't just mean things are getting cramped for the island's human visitors. Peak tourist season here coincides with the time sea turtles normally come ashore to lay their eggs. But the surge of people crowding the beaches is taking up valuable space, which is affecting the movements of the turtles. It's easy to see why Xiaoliocho has become a go-to place for holidaymakers looking for an island paradise. But its small size and fragile ecosystem is struggling to cope with the sheer number of tourists. And if it goes unchecked, this could easily upset the island's ecology and biodiversity. Andy Shui and Erika Liu for TaiwanPlus.
Cellists from the Berlin Philharmonic Orchestra have wrapped up a series of performances in Taipei by playing a couple of Taiwanese folk songs. It's the German ensemble's first visit to Taiwan in 5 years, and they played 3 days of concerts. The performances really struck a chord with audiences at Taipei's National Concert Hall. The cellist said they were happy to see so many young people at their show interested in classical music.
So many young people coming to the concerts. I wish it would be the same in Germany. It's just really incredible.
Thank you for watching What's Up Taiwan. Finally today, we leave you with images of a slope-style mountain biker competition in Poland. I'm Erika Liu. Take care and see you next time.